I'm going to be the MC tonight. I'm Joey Dupree, retired military and friend of Johnny's, Grandmaster Thompson's forever. So, what we want to start off with tonight is a prayer. So if Pastor Andrew Moody would come on up, please.
All right, let's pray. Father, we thank you for this day you've given to us, this beautiful, cool weather. It's time for us to gather this evening at this beautiful restaurant to enjoy each other's fellowship, to enjoy this wonderful meal together. We thank you for this organization that we're all a part of, for how you've used it in each of our lives. We pray that as we enjoy this evening together, we celebrate the accomplishments of this last year and prepare for the conference tomorrow, that we would enjoy this food to your honor and glory. We pray in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, we want to do a special thanks tonight to all of our military retirees, veterans, active duty reservists. Please stand up. Thank you for your service. I appreciate the umbrella of freedom all of you are providing. So I want to start off tonight with a poem. I think this is a great poem that Grandmaster Thompson picked out. It was written by Karen Eaton, who's a 4th degree master and an author. It's entitled, I Am a Martial Artist. I am a martial artist. I see through different eyes. I see a bigger picture when others see gray skies. Though many can't conceive it, I stand facing the wind. My bravery, not my fighting, but from my strength within. I am a martial artist. I'll walk the extra mile, not because I have to, but because it's worth my while. I know that I am different when I stand on a crowded street. I know the fulfillment of winning. I've tasted the cup of defeat. I am a martial artist. They say I walk with ease. Though trained for bodily harm, my intentions are for peace. The world may come and go, but a different path I'll choose. A path I will not stray from, no matter win or lose. I think that's fantastic. So we're going to start off with some special guests that we have attending tonight. Seafood Jay Cooper. He's a fellow martial artist and also sergeant at arms for the Alamo Harley Davidson. And I'm sure Jay's going to be looking forward to the open carry starting 1 December. Eden Joseph Rodriguez. Okay, he's coming tomorrow. And his daughter, Hannah Rodriguez, should be tested for junior Chodon tomorrow, so that's fantastic. Sifu Oscar Olivares. Head instructor and owner of Honorable Warrior Martial Arts of Harlingen. Thanks for coming all the way up. Last but not least, a great friend of ours, Master Shannon Ramsey, and she brought in friends, Samdan Jared Shinkaruk and his dad, Edon Gary Shinkaruk from Seattle. Say that last name 3 times in a row. A special thanks goes out tonight, really, for Andrew Moody and Hugh Price. Once again, they've done a phenomenal job. As you can tell, TKA keeps growing and growing and growing, and this is not easy. I only got a few emails from Grandmaster Thompson. I can't imagine how many they got. So, if you would, you two gentlemen, please come up.
It's an honor to be nominated.
So they manage the TKA Banquet. They put up with countless emails He wants to present them some appreciation, and so he's got some button pins and presentations tonight.
So we got a cup that says Sensei U. It's got the Christian Karate Academy logo on it. Free styrofoam, so it's Sensei Andrew. So I forged this myself in the hills of Tibet. Back to your seat, man. One more time. One more. Sweet photo bomb it.
So, Andrew and myself would like to
Ramirez family.
please step forward. Jose.
Now we do battle. So this is it's a heart-shaped box, not just because it's the only thing I can find to wrap the president. It's a heart-shaped box because this is a family that has a huge heart. As you get to know them, many of you haven't had a chance to get to know them yet. They're a loving family. They're generous with their time and their gifts, and so our school just wanted to give you it's small token of our appreciation, but it's from the Bruce Lee 75th anniversary collection. But anyway, just to show you a little bit of love, we love you, and we're so happy to have you with us.
So, also for Grandmaster Thompson, please step forward, sir. Everyone's so got through. This is just a token of appreciation for me and myself.
That's right. There's many of you probably familiar with it. There's one of the sayings or teachings of Bruce Lee that Grandmaster Thompson is very fond of. Does anyone have any guesses?
Be like water.
Ding, ding, ding.
Heard from you. Be water. Yeah. Be water. And so, they produced a set of bookends that have that writing laser engraved in them. So, be water.
I'm honored, guys. Y'all stay up for a minute. So, these are your point of contacts for today and tomorrow. So, if they mess up, you know who to talk to. If it goes well, you talk to me. You know how that goes. So, he looks like Emmett Smith, so we don't always know who he is. I'm always calling Jerome. I don't know why. Anyway, Andrew, well, he just looks like a badass. So anyway, we got to keep him in. So I got little buttons. I want them to wear it all the time.
Miss Ian, KO Ramirez, do you mind coming up?
It comes out as I want to get first also.
We want to, yeah, we just want to give recognition to Ms. Ramirez for designing the TKA shirt this year. Let me show you. It's really impressive.
So Ms. KO is second degree black belt with CTA. We're really honored. She did an outstanding logo for us, and hopefully we get to squeeze her for the next few years, get some more good stuff out of her. So we got a little plaque here and grateful appreciation for your outstanding design for the 2016 TKA. This is the same outfit I was going to wear. What do y'all think about this outfit? All the way to Hong Kong. No, I'm just saying.
Don't get me started.
Real quick, I just want to mention to my dad here, he didn't stand up with the military. He retired Air Force in '75. He also turned 80 just a couple years ago. If you need to know anything about the Ten Commandments, he was there.
All right, great.
No.
Mr. Adrian, please stand up. That's Mr. Adrian's birthday. So one more time, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Adrian. Happy birthday to you.
I want to be as tall.
He is so fit. I love it. Mr. Master Greg Jacobs, Mr. High Rise himself, please come forward.
Exactly right here.
I honest to goodness thought, what am I going to wear tonight? Because I got to look as cool as spring. I knew, I'm like, okay, he's probably going to wear cool brown shoes, super cool shoes. Frank's always fascinates me.
You still working on yours?
We got a little blank note journal, nothing much. She was probably thinking I was going to give him Pampers or something again this year. He's classy now. He lives at the Alteca, whatever, high-rise condo. So, you know, he's American Psycho 2 or whatever. But unfortunately, he can't afford a suit. That's all right. Anyway, we got a little blank note journal. He just loves DJing in town. So we might want to talk to Oscar over there, fellow DJ, and you keep all your appointments and all your ladies.
For those of you that don't know, Frank was Johnny's, Grandmaster Thompson, I apologize, very first black belt. Yep, very first black belt. He holds the number one.
1951.
And Master Jacobs was the one that about kicked my head off my shoulders when I tested. Miss Donna Gordon, could you please come up? Okay, Miss Donna Gordon is Grandmaster Thompson's personal bodybuilder. body trainer. She works with him at the YMCA. I'm so proud of him for starting to get back in fitness, and thank you for taking care of him. And what he told me was, when you were introduced to him, you started crying, thinking, there's no way I'm going to ever get this guy fit.
She's still crying.
Anyway, we've been training for about a couple of months, and early in the morning. I don't get up early, and I get up for her, and she is probably the best trainer in San Antonio. She holds several master's degrees, and she's smart, beautiful, she's driven, and she kills me every day. I have to go to the emergency hospital every day, and she knows how to get the best. I definitely need it, and she knows exactly how to do things and modify. So she's a former bodybuilder, and she's got some guns on her. So we got our little flag. No disrespect, I don't know how our company is like. So anyway, so that's a little something from me, and I appreciate it.
Picture of Donna and Shannon together doing some gun shows.
I wonder if that'll help on Monday. Probably not.
Miss Deanna Lyle, please. You'll come forward.
Stand on top of the chair.
So speaking of bodybuilding champions and people that are extremely fit, Deanna's done multiple marathons all around Texas, and from what Grandmaster says, her name should be Timex because she just keeps on ticking. Go ahead, sir.
I just got a little plaque. She's the hardest working lady, and she is the backbone for Mr. Lowell right there. And should have been coming to these papers a long time ago. We've been recognized often. I think tomorrow she has a marathon. I don't know what she's running from in life, but anyway. Oh, 6 miles, yeah. Well, I can drive that. We got a little fitter runner of the year, a little plaque.
Mr. Simon Rodriguez, please.
That's you.
Mr. Rodriguez has been everywhere. Come on up, sir. He's been everywhere for years and years. It's really interesting if you go to any of the tournaments around San Antonio. He's just the workhorse behind all these tournaments, and really has been helping TKA stay organized. And sir, we want to recognize you for volunteer of the year.
Mr. Jesse gets all his good looks from. Really, again, this man is everywhere. And 74 years young, I tell you. And he is just everywhere, helping with everything. And I know he makes the full circle in the Rodriguez home. So just a little tiny something, a little volunteer of the year. We appreciate everything.
We have the shortest person in the house, Mr. Timothy Chodon Connolly, please. The shortest person. Come on, sir. Mr. Thompson told me that Chodon Connolly is the shortest person in this family. Oh my goodness gracious. He is the former Fire Division Department Chief of San Antonio, and as other people, I guess, know him as the Deer Slayer. And then Sundon Lowell, please.
So you pointed.
He used to be taller than these guys. Well, I don't know if I've ever taught him. So these are my initial boys in the very beginning. I'll talk more about those stuff later. Thank heaven for Facebook because we kind of reconnected and everything. It took Tim a little bit, and now he's kind of getting into all pictures of all these dead deer that he's killing and everything. It's all babies. It's all good. So anyway, I always have a story, and I still have the tape. Remember Family Feud way back, Richard Dawson? Well, his family was on it, and they actually won the $10,000, of which I got none. But so that's always been kind of cool. And I remember he took a break from karate years and years back in the early '80s. They were original students when I opened up in 1980 in Irving. And he said, Johnny, he says, I want to study and take time now to test for the department division chief in San Antonio. And it hurt me because, you know, I loved having him there and all that. But this man is driven. When he does something, he does it all the way. And guess what? He got it. He got the promotion. And he got his showdown ranking. And we've been separated. We didn't have all this stuff years ago, but we hope to reunite the family and stuff. And so with that, I got a couple of, we always used to give out little TKA watches when you attended a banquet. It's taken them 21 years we've been having banquets. 21 years. So I don't know if the battery's even working in this watch anymore. Is this Tim?
It's like wine. It's, you know, we age over time.
It's supposed to be a lifetime guarantee, but don't worry, I'm pushing the button. I've had this for a couple of years now because I think Tim's always been a little afraid to come out here. Didn't know what to expect. Put a little fire department thing that his wife can throw out from time to time. So just a little thing. You mentioned Tim Colley's name to any firefighter. How long have you been retired? 11 years. They still know the legend of this man. I'll tell you what, the Harley shop, I've talked to a few of them. Tim Colley? Yeah. So your legend is far and wide. So anyway, so give a big hand there, my boy.
All right, something that Grandmaster Thompson does every year, I'm quite impressed with people that travel afar. So he wants to make a little presentation for those. So Samdan Shannon Ramsey, please, in from Seattle, Washington, takes first. Master Gabriel Green. So there's a little statement here. Did you know what Albert Einstein and Gabriel Green have in common? Here, go raise your hand.
Come up here, please.
They have the same birthday. That's pretty cool. And then rounding third is also Samdan Stephanie Deloach. Come on up. And our two honored guests, Gary, or Guy, and Jerry. Shankar.
They got to meet our famous 281 highway. They spent a lot of time. I think Perry McCall just came in. Where's Perry at? Perry? There's Perry McCall. So he got to experience San Antonio highway. He just walked in. So thank you.
So for those of you that may never think that martial arts pays off in the pocketbook, little tidbit, Miss Stephanie Deloach was Chris Angel, the magician's bodyguard for a while, right? I was always impressed with that. Let me tell you, that guy's gotten very famous over the years, and it's only because she kept him safe for all that time. And if you know him and you've seen any of his shows, he goes in some pretty creepy areas and does creepy magic. So thanks for protecting him. Okay, what we want to do, we're going to start on this side first. If you're a black belt, just kind of stand in order and introduce yourself and where do you live.
degree black belt, Jose Ramirez. I am born in Puerto Rico,
can't hear you.
San Antonio. Say it again. Second degree black belt. Born in Puerto Rico, raised in San Antonio. Joined the Navy in '93. Retired from the Navy. Came back home to San Antonio. Opened my own school now, the TKA school here in San Antonio.
Keep going, please.
Black belt, in Chicago, where I committed a crime. Life on Frontier or Joliet, and hence now I live in Rio.
I'm done. It's really, Texas. I'm now
Arnold Zip White.
we love you.
Live here in San Antonio next to SeaWorld. And Johnny's my man, and we've been going back like 20 years. At least 2 years. Anyway, always enjoy coming out and spending time. And ever since we started this, well, I just got on Facebook back in June, and I mean, it's a nice thing because they were reunited with a lot of my students back in the day, and of course meeting new people all over the world actually. So glad to be here, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
I'm 12 years old, second degree black belt, born in Japan, raised in Hawaii.
I'm way too old to have to stand. Frank Jacobs, 50 years old. Fourth degree black belt, yes, I remember nothing like the stories of about 10 different students jumping on one couch because there were a school of scorpions in the old schools.
Nice.
Those things. But glad to see everybody here, and especially my folks from the old Hill Country Association scattered. But amen.
For those of you that may not know, Johnny and Frank are first cousins. They look just alike.
I didn't notice that. It's like we're twins.
Yeah, it's like looking in a mirror.
Timothy Conley, first degree, retired San Antonio Fire Department. I was one of the originals back when I first started in Kirby. I lived in Kirby. A lot of great things.
He's one of the guys that jumped on the couch with us when the scorpions came out.
Jay Cooper, first degree, PGB Seal here in San Antonio. And I know John and his parents and school, in-laws, we're all students come together. It's nice to see you always.
I'm Sam Dan Lowell. As you heard Frank say, I am actually Johnny's first official paying student. Frank doesn't count. He never paid him.
He paid in so many ways.
You tried. That's IRS. You should be able to get your money now. I started when I was 8 years old. I've been affiliated with TKA for 35 years. These guys that are around me, Jimmy, Tim, Frank, a lot of our originals, it's encouraging me. I know we talked a little bit earlier. When we started day one, there were 4 students. 4 students. That was all that showed up. And I was first at the doorstep, just so everybody knows. And then you look around the room today and you see what we've become and what we've grown into. And I want to recognize just a couple people real quick. I know we're trying to get around the room real quick, but everybody in here has been touched by hopefully not touched. I'm just saying. But I will tell you that there's a core group of people that if you could track people back into this group, you're either going to track them back to Johnny, you're going to track them back to Daddy-O, you're going to track them back to Zip, you're going to track them back to Tom. And those are the guys that really, if I left anybody out, I apologize, but those are the guys that really kind of set the roots for what you are here experiencing tonight. So I just want to give a big round of applause to those guys. Without them, this doesn't exist. So thank you.
Yeah, it scared right out of me. Sounds like you're Rick from Austin, head instructor of OKBBA, which our school has been in business for 21 years. Hopefully there's another 21 plus 21. Nice to be here. Thank you very much for bringing me.
Fourth Dan Shannon Ramsey, originally here from San Antonio. I'd like to say one thing. I remember when I was 9, 10, 11 years old, this gentleman right here, he used to make us stand and hold our middle punches out for 20, 30 minutes at a time. It was horrible. I want to thank you for that. I remember Mr. Frank Jacobs, first roundhouse kick that got to my head right now. I've been with Grandmaster Thompson since I was 10 years old. This is my family. I'm just happy to have Jared, Guy here, joining our family. My friend Denisha as well. Grandmaster Jesse, all of you, thank you very much. I need to speak.
I'm Guy Schickler, born in Northern California, to Washington State with the Air Force for 28 years. And I resigned as head instructor at my school after 2 years of mentorship. My son is head instructor, and I'm now the technical coordinator. But we've been around for 21 years. He and I started together when we were 11 years old. Anyway, it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to know Shannon.
Sir?
Michael Morrison, 6th Dan, from right here in San Antonio, and it's just an honor to just be in the room with each and every single one of you. Thank you and bless you.
Conference tomorrow. I had my mind set what I wanted to say. You go first. You got up and you said what I was going to say. So, but I just want to shout out and say I'm very honored, very proud to be part of this organization. I'm proud that you've only done it for a number of years. But thank you very much. And I want to introduce my wife, Rosie. Rosie Stefan. been in existence for 15 years, and I couldn't have done those 15 years by myself. This woman right here, my right hand, so thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Gabriel Green, 6th degree. Born in California, raised in Texas, now I'm back out in California in the Bay Area. I've been training in martial arts since 1977, too much math for me to do. I started at the Boys Club under Grandmaster Daniel Smith. After that, I went to work with Grandmaster James Cummings, and I've been with him for a number of years. And after that, I moved out to California, and I've studied so many different arts out there. I've been involved with Filipino martial arts. I've been doing Shaolin Chuan Fa, Chinese Kempo, karate. I've done Krav Maga, a lot of other stuff thanks to Grandmaster Cummings, who always told me to get out there. Don't just stick with this, but learn everything you can. So while I've been out there, I've been doing all that. I just want to say thank you for inviting me back in. Mr. McCall, yes, we will need to talk later.
I'm Elisa Rodriguez, 2nd degree. I'm the extremely proud daughter of Grandmaster Rodriguez. On behalf of the project, I thank you very much for being there for us and allowing us to be part of the organization. We really do enjoy it. And we're all really, really excited for tomorrow, so I hope everybody has a great time.
Elisa started at the same company that I work at, what, 6 months ago or something? A year. Wow. You know?
I'm Choran Gabrielle Porter. Like I've never heard that before. I've been in martial arts since I was 10 years old. I started with Grandmaster Thompson here in San Antonio, and it's just a really big honor to finally attend one of these dinners. I've never been. Lots of fun to see a lot of familiar faces, a lot of old faces. I'm gonna have to get a hold of all of y'all again, and I hope y'all enjoy your evening. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Adrian Marquis, right here in San Antonio under Johnny for, can't even remember how long, but it's been a long time. So a lot of familiar faces, a lot of faces I'm used to coming out and seeing for a long time, and hopefully get many more years to see all of you guys around. So thanks.
Andrew Moody from here. Started under Master Frank Jacobs and Master Vasquez and Grandmaster Johnny Thompson. So I've had many great instructors, and now Hugh and I run the Christian Karate Academy. So enjoyed to be here.
Come up.
I'm Mike Ryder, this is my wife Angie Ryder. Gosh, I guess it was about 20 years ago that Nathan and I decided to start Nathan and I started with Grandmaster Thompson, and Angie and our daughter Nicole came on, and then 2 years later, it's been about 10 years now, we all tested for right together. Kids are over East Coast now. We're starting to doing the festivities and stuff around. Knots and another great year, another great opportunity to get to see some more people. Really thank
I'm Don Mike Jones. This is my lovely wife, Cheryl. Well, I go back to 1977. I'm a part of the Karate Institute in San Angelo/Sonora, Texas. The reign of Tom Bauman, Leo Smith, and Mr. Thompson. And remember the day I walked into that community center, the Catholic Church, and saw Green Belt Tom Bombs and Grandmaster Cummings, and fell in love with the art right then. That's all it took. And been with them ever since, and it's always a pleasure and an honor to be here. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Hugh Price. I'm a second-degree black belt. Sensei Moody and myself, we run the Christian Karate Academy. He's a head lead instructor and associate instructor. Thank you all for coming out. We really appreciate the great turnout every year that we have. We appreciate everybody's participation and the banquet that we have and the testing that we have going on tomorrow. So thank you all for coming out. Appreciate it.
I guess it's my turn. Dan Walters, 5th degree. Started with my daughter, with Mr. Thompson. Worked with Grandmaster Cummings for a while. Lived with Daddy-O. My son and daughter couldn't be here tonight. I think at least the son's going to be at the test tomorrow. I think I might have to work. Anyway, originally from Dallas. Been here for 30 some odd years, and Grandmaster Columbus's wife made me feel old because I remember holding her 42-year-old daughter and like this.
Made to be black belt. My lovely wife, Linda. I've been with Tom and John for about, I counted up 39 years, somewhere in it. 39? 39 years. I'm 32. How many? I'm only 32. Yeah, he's 32. But I've been hanging out with these guys for a minute. I met Zip on the circuit, and we've had some great times together, so I look forward tomorrow to those that are testing, especially those green belts. And I hear supposed to be on a very good show tomorrow.
I'm Jimmy Samuel, 4th degree black belt. This is my lovely wife Diana. I've been in martial arts since 1980. So I was my TKA number 008. So now I'm the 8th black belt. So been around a little while. There's nothing fake there. Retired Air Force, and also senior pastor, labor for the Harvest Ministry on Martin Luther King Drive, Tennessee.
Had a small building on every end. And we were doing knuckle push-ups, doing all kinds of things that I wasn't used to doing. We put us in the shade with some tournaments. James Cummings stayed under him in April of 1981. Excuse me, January of 81. I tested out there for my first time, and then April of that year, tested out there for my first degree. Later on, I was second degree at Texas Springs. So I'm really glad to be here. Not last December, but 24th of lifetime. We were here last winter. We rolled it 4 times, and God just made us hang on a little longer. But I don't know I'm overweight. I think I got to try to do them bucket list. But I'm very happy to be here. Man, everyone, I see a lot of Americans. God bless everybody. I'm glad we're all here.
Mike Simpson, 4th Dan from here in San Antonio. My wife Barbara is here. And Amy here. I'm retired Green Beret. My son David is 2nd Dan. We're glad to be part of the TKA family.
football mat. That's retired Green Beret. If you don't know what that is, Google it.
Rod Garrett, 4th Dan, here in San Antonio. I started in 1999, studying under Master Juan Vazquez, and studying under Grandmaster Johnny. Lowell. A lot of those people you named, they have reached out and touched me, and I guarantee you they touched me.
Stephanie Deloach, 4th degree. This year actually marks 20 years for me. Sorry to date some of you guys at that point, but started underneath Juan Vasquez, and then as I got older, picked up and moved out to California, which I had the pleasure to train underneath good old Daddy-O out there. And then he took off and came back to San Angelo and left me out there. But it's all good. But you know, I'm training with a new group out there, but I always look forward to this every year. It's like, you guys are my family. Can't beat that, so thank you.
Hello everyone. I am Juan Vasquez, 6th degree black belt. I originally started under Master Frank Jacobs. We left going to British career, went under Grandmaster Thompson, and then had the honor of training under Grandmaster James Cummings, and was there till his passing. And now, all of a sudden, I've got all these masters. And it's all because I kept listening to Johnny and Frank say, "Don't worry, just keep going." Okay. Have another surgery? Keep going. Had another surgery? Keep going. Thank you, Grandmaster. Thank you. And this lovely lady sitting down next to me is Gloria P. Significant other. Thank you.
And that concludes it. No.
My name is Grandmaster Tom Bobbins. I have 3 black belts. And this is my wife. We just recently celebrated our 46th wedding anniversary. Daddy-O and Lightfoot, we've been associated. I was thinking it'll be 40 years, I believe, next May. I can tell you some things about these guys, but I won't because of respect to Pastor Samuel, who's sitting right across from me. And he's got a long reach. But it's my pleasure, and it's hard to believe it's been that long, but we've come down some crazy boats. Enjoy.
Oscar Olivares, head instructor and owner of Honorable Warrior Martial Arts and Artisan. I was invited last year by a fellow TKA Black Belt, Joseph Rodriguez, who sends his apologies. Not being able to make it tonight, but he will be here tomorrow. But I just wanted to say thank you for Grandmaster Thompson for inviting me out again, and I'm very honored and humbled to be around great martial arts.
Black belt here in San Antonio, and I've been doing martial arts in one form or another for 5 years.
I think we got one more, Gerard.
Just a little bit
We can't hear you, Gerard.
I'm Gerard Bella. I'm a first degree. My hair's kind of plugged.
Gerard Bella, he's a first degree. He was one of Eric's original students. Now he's a man. But he doesn't
Before I look too bad, I introduced my wife.
Wow.
Everyone else I know. I'm a horrible singer. And my passel of kids are running around causing troubles. And my parents are here, Mark and Susan Moody, and they paid the dues to Master Vasquez and Master Jacobs when I was coming up, so thank you for that. And then also the Perkins family's here, and
Christy and their 3 boys are all students. They're all going to be testing tomorrow, so I told them not to eat too much dairy tonight. But anyway, so, yeah.
Here's my lovely wife, Sherry Hall, and your wonderful friend Taylor Hall. My parents, Billy and Ernest Thompson, and my in-laws, Ken and Patty. Is that everybody? And Oli, my brother-in-law, and his son, Andy. I'm not good with big things in front of my mouth. I got a funny thing here. It's probably not going to go that good. But I noticed Grandmaster Smith, who brought his lovely wife Linda, probably known you since the 70s or probably, something like that. Do you remember how you met Grandmaster Smith? Do you? I had a dream the other night. It was something. I'm too close. Can you hear me now? Yes. What? I had a dream, and I figured out how you met him. It was at the malt shop over in San Angelo, wasn't it? And they were playing this song right here. I hope it goes. Let me see. Anyway, that was supposed to be funny, but it was a song by Bonnie Lou, like in 1942, called Daddy-O. And it came on my Sirius radio one day. I was just dying when I heard it. I got to save that for later in the year. And then I'll leave the guys there, but it came to my attention while I pulled this up that when somebody was coming up through school and working, sometimes you have to do different things, sometimes things you're not that proud of, to earn money. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct, Oscar? Well, hang tight while I load this up here.
I'm just
Just go ahead.
Oh, yeah. It says weird, annoying burping sound. Yeah, I'm going to pull this up and then we'll do it a little bit later. Since none of my technical guys want to help me, I'll do it myself.
Okay, so while we're working on that, can we please have Guy and Jared Shinkaruk come up?
Well, thanks for going along with this. Again, I'm Guy Shinkaruk, second degree. I'm from Bremerton, Washington. Our school is open now, Karate Black Belt Academy. It's been in business for 21 consecutive years. I was head instructor until recently, 2 years of internship. Jared is now head instructor. So I keep thinking about what I'm going to do, and I'm doing it from the head instructor standpoint. So I have to stop and remember I'm just the technical coordinator and the president of the nonprofit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assist Jared in presenting some appreciation. So we're going to start out with this.
So, one thing I noticed last year when I came out was everybody was very gifty, especially Grandmaster, and it fit real well. very gifted where we come from as well. So I wanted to give a certificate of friendship to Grandmaster Johnny Thompson, because believe it or not, your friendship is very important. It's very valuable. I cherish it. Oh, we can sell that. The Okinawan Karate Black Belt Academy of Bremerton, Washington extends an open hand of friendship and respect to the Tunsudo Karate Association. Thank you for your friendship and support.
Thumbs up?
We have one more thing. Gifting is one of those things that I really like to give out gifts. You all see here. There was something that I've always noticed giving a gift. I know I gave you one last year, sir, but a gift of a knife to a man, I think that has. I'm not going to get too deep into it. This is symbology of this. Some people say that it severs a friendship. I don't believe that. But hopefully this is something that you can find use for in your everyday life. Hopefully.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Of course. I just wanted to add this to the butt knife. It's made in USA, just like the Grandmaster. So it's something I think with he enjoys Harley's. So that'd be a real nice accessory. We'll see what he says. Very nice. Yeah. Does it feel quality? There we go. Thank you so much. Absolutely. And so now I've slipped in something out of my game, a challenge coin. So I work for the FAA, and I just passed 35 years actually. I'm kind of surprised myself there. But what we've done at the FAA is we actually appreciated our veterans. And so when you look at this coin, it's from the FAA, but it's also in honor of veterans of the United States. Giving me a challenge coin. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. We're back to what lottery numbers for tomorrow are. I needed my speaker. Anyway, that's from the magic mic. Again, kids, that's not even right. I would blow that up. But I hear Oscar had to make a little money on the side. He was a male stripper for a while. So I found a little nerd out about it. And then I was going to bring Zip up here. We're running a little short on time because he told me he had some crazy dance moves. We'll save that for another time, Zip.
Tomorrow.
We're going to do a little magic act here real quick, and Mr. Jody Jenkins, come forward. Grandmaster Thompson wants to get a picture with you. These guys were stationed together in the Air Force. One second.
Excuse me.
Back in the 1980s when I was just 2. At Stuttgart, Germany, and I love that name, Stuttgart, Germany, and I think it's pretty cool today that Grandmaster Thompson's privileged to drive a Mercedes-Benz that actually was made in Stuttgart. So, thanks, sir.
Again, we go way back, him and his wife, and I'm not sure if there's any other alumni right now, but he's been so nice to, he's been a good friend, and we reconnected Facebook, and he's taking pictures not only for the karate group, but for our Harley group too, and we appreciate it. We got you a little joke in here, like a little photographer guy here, so I'll do this. Before I forget, here's a coin. Don't want to break the cycle when you give someone a knife, give them a coin. So, Father Ross,
Eden and Perry McCall, if you'll come up, please, sir. There's an interesting story behind Eden McCall. As some of you may remember, last year he was traveling on the way down, 2 years ago, I apologize, and totaled out his vehicle on the way to this banquet. And we really are glad that he made it in this time. And we also understand that he's a little bit of an Elvis Presley fan and quite a bit of a drummer from way back. So Grandmaster Thompson has a little presentation for Eden and Perry McCall.
So I haven't seen Perry in probably 30 years. We were stationed together. He's one of the first guys. We were all skinnier back then a little bit. You know, he's a retired nurse and all that. But he's the first man to ever kick me in the face and give me 2 black eyes and make me cry. And he didn't. Yeah, they were all black and they were hurt. But that's how I learned something. I never thought he would kick like I could kick. And he came by like another superfoot right here. So anyway, I've had this here for a couple of years. And this is a little artwork here with a little drummer doing his thing. So that's all I get into. He's a big time drummer.
And we want to just say a special thanks to Master Mike Simpson for opening his house to Eden McCall. So thank you, sir. Okay, so we're going to do some presentations to the Grandmasters. So if I can please get Grandmaster Clarence Daddy O. Smith, Grandmaster Tom Balmas, Grandmaster Jesse Rodriguez, and Grandmaster Kaminsky, please. Lars Kaminsky. And you know what? I'm not going to say something while they're on the way up. I thought that was really cool of Guy and his son. Tell me. Jared. Sorry, Jared. I didn't mean to disrespect. Kind of Jared passing a knife to Grandmaster Thompson. In my pocket, I have a knife that Grandmaster Kaminsky passed to me right before I deployed to Afghanistan. And all joking aside, I carried this every single day. I think the only time I didn't have this was when I was in what we called the Cadillac, which was a shower area. And I still carry it as much as possible today. And sir, I just want to tell you thank you. This is the coolest little knife ever, so thank you.
So this is the reason TKA exists right here. I'm lucky. They do everything for me. They just happen to be my friends. And we're along this journey together and stuff. So I try to do something a little special every year. So I saw this and I try to personalize it just for y'all. So I hope you find a place of honor to hang on. So this is for Grandmaster Larry Kaminsky. Very delicate. Grandmaster Tom Balmas.
Oh, nice.
You won't find any two alike, I guarantee you. So I appreciate everything that y'all do for our organization. And here in Grandmaster Jesse lets us use his school for the last 3 or 4 years, and we're honored. And I know one day he's just going to say, get out, or too much. But until then, we love being there. It reeks of integrity and discipline and respect, and that's what we're all about. We really appreciate it. So make sure when you get down here taking a picture, that you get your little bags here for just sharing. This is going to stand. If I can get Sensei Jose Ramirez, Sensei Price, Sensei Moody, and Sensei Dr. Mike Ryder from center. Running low behind, so I'm gonna push it on. They always said if I talk too much, which I hardly ever do that, take little sweet loads and throw it up in the air, and that's my clue to it.
Before you get started.
It's gotta be sweet load. So every month, Black Belts are always saying we never get enough training. So every month I put out an email and said we'll have a Black Belt class at Andrew's school. We've got 140 Black Belts. So far only 4 show up. So all I can do is say I'll put it out there. I ask you to come to the water, but I can't help you make you drink it. So right now these are the four, what does that sound like? 4 what?
Horsemen.
Musketeers.
Horsemen.
Kill the zombies.
So we got a little shirt here. Can anybody read that? It says, touch any of us without consent, and your first lesson is free. We got TKA's 4 Musketeers. We got the Sermonator. We got Huge. For some reason, Jose started calling him Huge. I don't know where that came from. This is for Dr. Mike. He used to work on my knee. Way back when he was a captain, retired colonel, doctor in the Army. Mr. Jose. There you go. So we're going to do a lot of, these guys work hard. I tell them they do not leave class until they're, this sounds really weird, until they're totally wet. No, they're going there. They're not going there. It's a key word I'm not allowed to do.
Children.
Also, I would like to thank my wife, Deanna Price.
If I get my mom and dad up here, please. If I get my mom and dad front and center.
I'll be way back. So do you need the card again?
If you want to meet 2 people that have helped their son out through the years, the Thompsons have been absolutely amazing. All the karate tests, all of the, they would make chili, they would do hot dogs, they do everything for tournaments and black belt tests. They're absolutely amazing.
Anyway, just a funny thing. My dad dating, my mom's going to be 80 next year. The youngest 80, if you ever seen her walk, you know she's only 80. It's just a number. Anyway, but lately they've been getting on me. They've been really grumpy. I don't know why. I know I'm going to get close to this. It sounded better a few months ago when I saw it. But you know, Clint Eastwood, he has a Grumpy Old Man Club. And he called me and he wanted me to send a picture and he got a couple things for them. So I know it's kind of hard to see. It's the Grumpy Old Man Club and it says Billy and Myrna. Well, definitely my dad. Grumpy Old Man shirt. Now I'm going to get a picture of here. Anyway, go get a bottle.
Never know when that's spark.
On behalf of the TKA, we'd like to present y'all a little token and sincere appreciation for another job well done in making our 21st annual banquet a success. We appreciate you all. Thank you. And the wait staff, we got a little.
Thank you so much.
All the food is free after you take it. It's free tomorrow.
Free food.
Statement it's free tomorrow.
Funny.
Grandmaster Jesse Rodriguez.
Sure. You got one. Oh, you got one. The other side? Did y'all get one? Yeah. We all got them. Bangers.
And I just wanted to appreciate some of the grandmasters. Just a little token of appreciation to be able to walk with you guys. But after I saw them, yeah, I don't know what was going on with my life. But this is still something. Okay.
Oh, cool. Nice. Like the whole patty and cake.
Oh, nice.
Mr. Bones.
Hey, lady.
Thank you for all that you do for us. Appreciate you very much. Appreciate you. Caught up? How's that ready?
Thank you. Have a great night. Thank you for coming.
Merry Christmas.
And through the years, graduates been given on themselves, of themselves, to us, year after year after year. And the point of which we've been running around, handing out lanyards to everybody, help here and there, and so forth. And then we here where she can get you in the body. She's working up here as well, and helping. And every time through us, she's helping. The backbone and grandmaster Thompson, and so forth. So, I know what I'm. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, Magnus, I'm going to read out a list. If you'll come up real quick, please. Master Mike Simpson, Master Jimmy Samuel, Master Rod Garrett, Master Gabriel Green, Master Dan Walters, Master Juan Vasquez, Master Shannon Ramsey, Master Stephanie Deloach, Master Eric Jones, Master Michael Hornsby, Master Arnold Zip White, and Sumnan Jared Shinker. And while they're coming up, the young ones passed out some lanyards. I think this is really cool. It's got the TKA made on it that Brewmaster passed out. So thank you, sir. These are really cool.
Is Jeff here? Okay, just a little token from last year. This little mouse pad. It's got your mug on it. Beautiful face. No zip, no zip. All right, Becky, you want to come take it? Cannot leave. Zip has to go to the boys' room, so Miss Becky will stand in this place. So thank you all very much. Try to get a picture if you can. Tighten it up, tighten it up. Oh, here's that. Panoramic. There you go. Thank you all. We're gonna
Showdown Timothy Conley, please.
No, it's good. I already did that.
Okay, all right. Next. Jared and Guy, could you come back up real quick? Brewmaster Thompson wants to present you with a little something to remember.
A little gift. Not a sharp knife, but it's a little memento from the state of Texas. You can hang your keys on, and horse can bring you in like a
Master Eric Jones is already up here. So a lot of you may not know, but Master Eric Jones is a celebrity, and Grandmaster Thompson just is in awe to be in his presence. And I'll let him go ahead and finish the story.
So Eric's been with me since like Earth, and then Eric he's my class. So he's been like my second son, and I love him. But I was driving downtown the other day, down Broadway, and lo and behold, I didn't know it. They had a street named after him, E. Jones, and I found it. And then go down next to 3rd Street. This is the street right here. I got up there last night. I took it off.
That is pretty cool. There's never going to be a Dupuis, D-U-P-U-I-S street, that's for sure. I don't think that. Even in South Louisiana, there's not going to be one of those. So as all of you know, as a group of karate practitioners, that we love all styles. And our founder, the late, great senior Grandmaster James Cummings, taught us through the American Tong Sudo, and he had a special place in his heart. And he could make you sweat, I guarantee you that. He was open to developing into a better person, a better karateka, as Gabriel Green mentioned earlier, and just out there and make sure you're reaching out, make sure you're growing. And a lot of you have done that, including myself. I haven't been in it for a little while now, but I've reached out as well. So the cross-pollination is really what this is about. And so we want to do some special presentations tonight. Sifu Jay Cooper, Sifu Oscar Olivares, Sensei Jared Shinkaru, Sensei Jose Ramirez, Sensei Teo Ramirez and their son, Edan Gio Ramirez, and Sensei Guy Shinkaru.
Another bathroom. A guy with.
We understand it's been a while, so.
Okay, we're all about developing, cross-pollination, gathering good people, and this is about as good as a group as you ever get. So with that, I'd like to make a presentation, and Mr. Joy will read off the inscription to it, and then I will pass out. You have to do the name. I mean,
Tang Sudo Karate Association. By authority of the Tang Sudo Karate Association, this certificate confers upon name the rank of first degree black belt with the Dan number for demonstrated proficiency in American Tang Sudo, awarded under the seal of Tang Sudo Karate Association this 5th day of December 2015 as an honorary black belt.
Okay.
Jared Shinkaru, Jose Ramirez, Teo Ramirez, Gio Ramirez, and Guy Shinkaru.
Russian name. You speak Russian?
Zdrowie!
Okay, and their son, we'll get another picture. But on behalf of the association, we welcome you on board, honorary black belt.
Harry McCall, please. So a little bit more about Perry McCall. He and Grandmaster Thompson were stationed in the late 70s as airmen. I don't even know if I was born. They both competed and trained together. The journeys took them elsewhere due to Air Force demands. And Perry stayed behind and continued to earn his first degree in Tang Sudo with Grandmaster Cummings. Eventually, due to moving, finished up his career as a second degree in Taekwondo. We want to present Perry McCall with the TKA number and welcome him into the Tang Sudo Karate Academy. Thank you.
It's Shinkaru.
He's already James Cummings black belt, but I just want to go ahead and put you into the TKA so you have your official. So you want to, okay, all right. Gio, take a picture. He said thank you very much. Come on, James.
I just got to show you this. So, Mr. Lowell put together a bio. Now, you got to kind of love yourself a little bit to put pictures of your bio. I'm impressed with it. It's on there.
I just want to thank my wife. So good.
So a little bit of history. Lowell was born February 20, 1972 in Longview, Texas. Raised by a single mom who worked to keep a roof over his head and food in the mouth. They relocated to San Antonio in '79. Went through Kirby. Was actually Grandmaster Thompson's first karate student. It's pretty cool when you think about that. That's quite a while ago. As 8 years of age, and it's interesting. He says that he was constantly pushed beyond his limits, forced him to integrate with the older students because they were much older than him. And he grew up quickly in those first years and understood martial arts was an opportunity to protect and for him to develop confidence in his abilities. He honed his skills and through the teaching and mentoring, and at 12 proved to be a very defining age for Lowell. He lost his grandfather, who was really his father figure growing up, and that year he also achieved the rank of black belt, the youngest student to ever achieve that level. Over the next 6 years, he helped teach in multiple dojos around San Antonio, passing along the arts. At 18, he moved to Omaha, Nebraska, and started working for Walmart, and has been working very, very hard ever since. In 1995, he met Deanna while they were working at Walmart in San Antonio, and he's continued to flourish. He has over 20 years with Walmart, and moved multiple times away from San Antonio, and is that's 20 years, he says, on hold of his career, but tomorrow he's going to spar everyone that's testing, so look out.
I'll talk more tomorrow because we're running against the clock tonight. So I try to hold off and get everybody in here. That's why I try to make it early and early every year. So we got a special presentation for Lowell. Go ahead and read that off real quick.
Tong Sudo Karate Association. By the authority of the Tong Sudo Karate Association, this certificate confers upon Master Lowell Lau the rank of 4th degree black belt, Dan number TKA 4493005, for demonstrated proficiency in American Tong Sudo, awarded in the seal of the Tong Sudo Karate Association this 5th day of December 2015, signed by Grandmaster Thompson, Balmos, and Daddy Smith.
And I have a little tradition for our masters. I like to give them a kantana. And it's basically not very ornamented at all. As a master, he's still starting off, and he's kind of starting all over again and learning how to be proficient and pushing on the arts to other people. So if I can get you down on one knee, please. I'll try not to cut your head off. So.
Master Zip White, please.
We'll do more I Love Me things tomorrow.
First and foremost, I want to thank Zip for his service, retired Air Force Master Sergeant. Grandmaster Thompson and Master Zip White go way back in the military. Back to some training classes at Lackland Air Force Base. I actually remember one of my very first tournaments. I got beat up by one of his students pretty bad at Lackland. And So he travels quite a bit in the circuit. Was a very, very great martial artist, and still in his heart is very much a martial artist. He did travels on the national circuit in California, fighting the national champion Steve Nasty Anderson. I love that. And who was actually in the movies at one point. So he worked and trained in Norfolk, Virginia, and also did some training in Colorado. I'm trying to cut down a little bit here. He always has said, to be the best, you have to beat the best. I think that's a great quote. And he lifted weights. I can remember just being a huge guy. And I've always been very, very impressed by Zip. And so what we want to do is make a special presentation from Grandmaster Thompson, and we'll continue through the bio tomorrow. Tongsudo Karate Association, by the authority of Tongsudo Karate Association, is certificate confers upon master